everyone, and welcome into the NWAC Women's Basketball Championships here at the Walt Price Student Fitness Center at Everett Community College in Everett, Washington. Walla Walla, the East #2 seed against the Southern Division #3 seed Clackamas, and the Cougars will be your home team today as we get set for what has been a roller coaster ride so far through the NWAC women's basketball tourney. It started early this morning. Already Peninsula and Umpqua punching their ticket into the round of 8, the Elite 8 here in the NWAC championships. Bellevue came from 14 back to upend Centralia, and the game just happened in front of us here. Tom Lafferty with the call. Spokane winners over Lynn Benton. They will play tomorrow in the 4 p.m. game. So already we know half the Sweet 16ers moving on to the Elite 8, Peninsula, Umpqua, Bellevue, and Spokane. Walla Walla and Clackamas on the docket for this one as we get set for a long afternoon. Lower Columbia will play Everett in the 6 p.m. game, the hometown Everett Trojans, and then Skagit Valley Grays Harbor will play the 8 p.m. game, followed by Lane and Columbia Basin in the 10 p.m. contest. So we've got a full slate of activities here at Everett Community College. We hope you'll enjoy this one. Walla Walla Warriors, let's start off with the teams in front of us here on the court. East #2 Walla Walla with a 14-2 record in the district, 21-4 overall. And they lost to Spokane back on January 4th, 63-53. That is why they drew the #2, because Spokane on head-to-head gets the tiebreaker and bumps the Warriors down into that #2 spot. Of course, the head coach, Bobby Heseltine, number 18 is the years for her. And they got a lot of long-time coaches in this NWAC conference, and you look across the way to Jim Martineau in his 19th year at the helm of the Clackamas Cougars, who are introducing their starting lineups, which we'll get to here in just a moment. Clackamas 9-7 in the NWAC, 17-11 in conference anyway, and 17-11 overall, draw the #3 seed out of the South. They were last in last year and end up losing to Bellevue in the play-in game. They've won only 2 of their last 5 coming into this contest, so they're on a bit of a lull right now heading into the tournament. And of course, Walla Walla will try to capitalize on that. Getting ready to introduce the Walla Walla Warriors. 7-game win streak coming into the tournament today. They were last in 2015. They took last year off. 2-time champions, 19 appearances in the NWAC. Walla Walla Warriors lost to Clark 61-60, and then to Bellevue 72-62 back in 2015. So 2 and done in what used to be the double elimination tournament. Of course, the things have changed a bit now. The way things are done in the NWAC, it's more like the dance in the NCAAs. You get seeded, you make the top 4 in your conference, and you will get to play in the tournament. We're introducing the Walla Walla starting lineups. And we'll start with the Clackamas Cougars while they're doing that. Cindy Dalton will be the starting point guard for the Clackamas Cougars, a 5'5" freshman. St. Mary High School in Portland, averaging 14.5 points per game and 2 steals per game. Then you got Brittany McCormick, a 5'5" freshman, Century High School out of Hillsboro, Oregon, averaging 4.12 assists per contest. That's good for number 12 overall in the NWAC. So she likes to drop the dimes. Katie Kammerer, 6-foot freshman out of Oregon City, a traditionally strong basketball school. Oregon City has put many a women's basketball player in college. Are you ready? Tierney Marshall McBride, 5'7" sophomore out of Barstow, California. Casey Moss, 6'8" freshman out of Southern Oregon. She's one to watch, 12.3 points per game, 11.4 rebounds per game. And Clackamas will now start things off with the leather. We'll get to the starting lineups for Walla Walla in just a few minutes here. As Cameron takes the dribble drive, she'll pop back out top side. Now the kick out to Marshall McBride. As they run the man-to-man pressure, there's the long three, counts some bank. It will not fall, and away comes Skidmore, Jade Skidmore for the Walla Walla Warriors. Asking for help, there's J.C. Jensen. And now a travel violation as the dribble drive by Skidmore on the left-hand side is errant, and we will go back the other direction. There's a hesitation dribble well into the key, and some high side defense being played as the Walla Walla Warriors trying to keep things between the circles. Now the long kick on the right-hand side to Marshall McBride, a skip pass. Looking for the shot and pulling it back is Mock. Now Marshall McBride dribbles in against man-to-man pressure. Long kick to Dalton. And 5 on the shot clock. Long three, back iron, nothing. Drawn 2 iron shots. And I'm in the other way and swatted out of bounds as Jade Skidmore wasted no time, but a foul will be called. And Skidmore will head to the free throw line. Averaging 12.1 points a game. Out of Jefferson, Idaho, the 5'7" freshman will head to the free throw line. And hits the first, and we have our first score in the contest. Walla Walla up 1-0. And the second one is off. She splits the pair. And then scooping things up, coming away the other direction of Ms. McCowan. Sierra Jo McCowan, a freshman out of Touchy, Washington, just outside of Walla Walla to the west. And she will dive onto the floorboards, and we have a foul call on the floor as Sydney Dalton is whistled for the personal. That's the second team foul on the Cougars. Now coming into the front court, Skidmore. Skip pass now to McCowan, top of the key, has man-to-man pressure by Dalton. Dribble drive, stops, loses the handle, has to scoop it off the deck. And a jump ball and a good call. A bit out of control was McCowan. And it will remain Walla Walla basketball. 8:22 on the game clock, 19 on the shot clock. Plenty of time for the Warriors to inbound here. They do under some heavy pressure. Top side, they swing it to Hancock. Hancock looks in, nothing there. Man-to-man pressure both sides. 7 on the shot clock. Count it! A long shot by Sierra Jo McCowan. And she puts it home. She is tied for 8 for threes with 37.3, and you can see why. That's in the conference. And a quick pass and a shuffle in on the right-hand side is good for Casey Mock. And the Clackamas Cougars are on the board. Yo-yo dribble by Skidmore, passes it to McCowan, top of the key, now drops in to Kate Friends. Out of Wahai, a sophomore, 5'10", a little runner, 15-footer won't fall as Mock rips down the rebound, and here come the Cougars the other way. Long lead, 3-on-2, they dump it into the corner, nothing there. And they'll reverse it out, take some time off the clock. 7:33 to go first quarter. We're just underway here on STSPN.com and NWACsports.org. The runner, a fader, no good, tipped out of bounds by Mock. It will go back to the Warriors. We'll get our first substitution as Adriana Perales comes in and gives Hancock a break. Perales, a freshman, 5'8". Swings the ball to the left-hand side. Skidmore with it, pops it back out to McCowan. Long, Jimmy, no good. It'll rattle off. It'll go back to the Cougars. And coming the other way is Dalton into the traffic. Long kick, skip, and back out top to Marshall McBride. She looks in against man-to-man pressure, sees a seam, and a little shuffle into the traffic. I don't think they'll count the basket, and she will head to the free throw line. No, she won't, on the ground. First team foul on the Warriors. That will be charged against Ferenz, her first personal foul. And Ferenz almost stealing that away. Finally does corral the rock, coming the other direction. Here's Skidmore, right hand rather, on the flick to McCowan. She is fouled and will head to the free throw line. But great transition defense, or transition offense, beating the Clackamas Cougars down the field, down the court to an easy look. That will be charged against Marshall McBride, her first personal foul, third team foul on Clackamas. And that will settle home 4 points now for McCowan. She's a good free throw shooter, 9th in the league as she hits a pair with 81% on the season. So she hits from three. She is in the top 10 in the league from the arc and from the stripe. You can see why she's bringing the ball up. Get it into her hand, she's gonna score. There's a off-balance right-handed shot by Dalton. It falls off the mark, but she is handcuffed and will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. J.C. Jensen charged with the foul. And the free throw is off the mark by Dalton. I'd like to remind you, if you're looking for a challenge, you push yourself further. It begins when you enlist as a soldier in the U.S. Army. Be trained in one of more than 150 career fields, and you can even earn some money for college if you qualify. Find out more, visit your local Army recruiter or log on to goarmy.com. Dalton with the split pair of free throws. She's on the board. And a 6-3 Warrior lead. And a foul underneath. That will go against Marshall McBride. Her second personal foul. She'll have to exit. And Rachel Johnny will come in from Wells, Nevada, 5'7" sophomore, replacing Marshall McBride. Back iron. Not even iron. I think she hit glass, and that's about it. A little skip off the backside. And it comes the other direction. Still a 3-point Warrior lead, and Dalton will dribble in. Has a lane, goes left side, and swings it up with her right hand. It falls off the mark. Controlling is Walla Walla. Out to Dalton. Guy can't leave her open. She'll bury that. Comes up empty. Dry. Coming the other way. Hits a brick wall is Dalton and into traffic. And a flick over the head. Perales with the recovery. And has to recover it again on their offensive side. Does a good job. Walla Walla doing a very good job of running the floor. Dribbling in now is Skidmore. Loses the handle, and off it comes to Kammerer, the 6-foot freshman from Oregon City. Will bring it up on a yo-yo left hand. He asks for Dalton to come back out and get it. Now the swing over to Mock. Stops at the free throw line. Had a good look. Just a flat shot. Left it a bit heavy. And it hits the back iron. And the tie up. We've got some wholesale substitutions for the Cougars. McCormick comes back in. And then on the other side of the ball, Marquel Green from Lapwai, Idaho, a 5'4" sophomore for the Warriors, checks into the ball game for the first time. Still man-to-man pressure from Walla Walla. McCormick dumps it out top. Now they'll find the bigs underneath, swinging it into Johnny. She can't shoot. Back out top to McCormick for a three. Left that a little heavy. And at last touches Keene and out of bounds. Tabitha Keene also into the ball game for the Cougars, a 5'9" sophomore from Friday Harbor. And we've got a media timeout. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. 6-3 Walla Walla. You're watching STSPN.com and the NWAC Women's Basketball Championships.
invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.
Welcome back to Everett Community College, the home of the NWAC championships, both the men and the women. 32 teams, 16 on each side, vying for the NWAC championships, which will be played a week from Sunday, right here at Everett Community College. 3-point lead for Walla Walla as Courtney Hutchinson into the ball game from Burley, Idaho now for the first time after the timeout. 5'4" freshman. That one swatted away. McCormick comes up with it and knocked out of bounds in the double team. Ball going back to Clackamas. I mentioned Tabitha Keene coming into the ball game for the Cougars right before the break, and the sophomore should feel pretty comfortable here at Everett Community College. She played a season here 2 seasons ago for the Trojans. So same red color jersey, but different home as she makes her way down to Clackamas to play. And almost getting tied up now as Perales will come away, giving the ball out front to Green. Green dumps off top to Skidmore, calling the play, pushes him against the double team man-to-man pressure. Now in to Green, who had what looked like an easy lane going left to right, and instead tried to push the pass on the baseline, and it's errant going past the intended receiver and out of bounds, incomplete. 3:50 to go, and we're still knotted at 6-3. .322. Well, actually 3:32. I'm having a hard time seeing the scoreboard here. I guess I should actually look at the screen in front of me, might help a little bit. That not clear and out of bounds. Skidmore will control at the top of the key, and immediately stolen away by McCormick. Coming the other direction, Wisely chooses to pull things up on a 1-on-3, but the long kick, Kammerer can't find the range. And quickly, Keene turning it around with a pushback baby hook off the glass with a kiss, and she's got 2 points and cuts it the lead to 1 now. Walla Walla in a bit of a drought. McCowan finally gets it to settle in. .85. Long three on the way. That one won't fall, but getting her own rebound is Casey Mock, and she'll put it in on the offensive putback. Averaging 12.3 points a game, 11.4 rebounds a game, and 10th in the league with 1.75 blocks. She knows how to stuff a stat sheet, and it starts with following your own long shot and getting a rebound or two. Turning in against the man-to-man pressure is Perales. She'll hit bank and drop it in. 10-7, Walla Walla on top of Clackamas. 2:03 to play. Dribble drive by McCormick. She loses the handle. And some active hands by the freshman Perales. She seems to be everywhere right now. Showing some active hands, helping on defense. They'll swing the ball to Green. And into the right-hand side to McCowan. And she will spin it back out. 8 on the shot clock. Dribble drive, right hand, made that one look easy. As Jade Skidmore, the freshman, has 3 points in the quarter. 1:21 to play. Mock with it. Skip pass. Kammerer, she'll spin in. Looked for glass, couldn't find it. Coming away is Mock. She's right where she needs to be most of the time also. Just know where the ball is going to be. Sometimes it takes some luck, but just having some basketball IQ to know where things are going to end up off that glass, especially from the trajectory of the ball when it goes up. Pushing along the baseline. Hutchinson can't get it to fall for Walla Walla, and the 5-point deficit now turned right back over. McCowan with it. She'll split the wickets and draw the foul, heading to the line. Sierra Joe, out front of the break, had to make the decision whether she wanted to slow up on the 1v2 or take it to the rack. She saw a sliver of daylight and got through, but misses the free throw. That foul against Johnny, her first personal foul, and the 5th on Clackamas. So 2 shots the rest of this 38 seconds. Remember that they will reset the fouls after 5, after each quarter, but at 5, you shoot free throws. 2, it's like double bonus in high school. Marshall McBride checks back in for the Cougars. And 34 seconds to go. Steve Willits and Keith Neely, we'll both have that ball game for you, the championship game, a week from Sunday. So all of this groundwork being laid right now in the Sweet 16. Looking forward to that Sunday, March 19th, 2:30 p.m. tip. 20 on the game clock. About 11 now on the shot clock. They'll get the ball to Kammerer. She'll reverse it to Marshall McBride, running out of daylight. They have to get it up. 3 on the shot clock. Finally do get it up, but it draws nothing but the atmosphere. And 7.3 seconds remain on the game clock. Plenty of time to get the length of the court for Walla Walla to try to extend this 13-7 lead. And they'll finally get it in. 3. And I don't know that they'll get the shot off. It'll be a half-court fling. It finally hits! Count it! And the officials will do some consultation here. They say it is good. Count it down. 16-7. As I believe that was Green that hits the triple. And at the end of 1, Walla Walla with a 9-point lead, 16-7. We'll come back on STSPN.com and put 10 more minutes up on the second quarter clock. Stick around.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all 4 corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.
Local farmers markets are a convenient place to get fresh, healthy food and products for your family. Lewis County has numerous markets that provide you with an affordable choice of fresh food products. Many of those farms are also available to purchase from directly, so you can take comfort in knowing exactly where your food is coming from. Meet your farmer, know your food. We make it easy in Lewis County.
Welcome back on STSPN.com and NWACsports.org. Keith Neely along with Todd Elvig driving things for us here at the home of the NWAC Championships. The women in game number, what are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already number 5. And we've got 4 that have gone on to the Elite 8. Peninsula Umpqua will play tomorrow at the 2 p.m. game, and then Bellevue versus the Sasquatch from Spokane, a 4 p.m. game. Bellevue rallying from 14 back to end up beating Centralia in a doozy of a ball game. And now we've got the Walla Walla Clackamas contest in front of you. 16-7 Walla Walla after dropping a half-court bomb. Was Jade Skidmore credited for that one. And Now the dribble drive. Green with it. Now a little shuffle pass underneath. Gives it to Perales. She's got 4 points now, 2 in the first quarter, and equals that here early on in the second. 18-7, the 11-point advantage to the Warriors. Long skip on the other side. It's Northziger, and there's a 3-ball. Casey Mock with the triple. That helps a bit. Gets you to an 8-point disadvantage, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Long three, no good by Aycock. From DeSales, Washington, 5'5" freshman. DeSales, a private school right there in Walla Walla. And here's the right-hand scoop now. A reverse, up and in it goes. Casey Mock putting the Cougars on her shoulders. She's got 5 points in the quarter to add to the 4 in the first. 9 points here in the game, and another run, and a runner counts for Ferenz. 20-12, and after the lid was on the basket in the first quarter, things have opened up here in the second. Both teams enjoying some offensive output. The skip pass now to Kammerer. That 3 is long and just barely hitting the glass. They'll get into the hands of Ferenz. Walla Walla High School graduate, 5'10" sophomore, into the contest now. So Walla Walla running a deep bench, has played almost everyone at this point. And a foul call as a hand check will be charged against Kammerer. Two personal fouls on Kammerer as the substitutions are free-flowing. We'll try to get you caught up. 7:50 to go here in the second quarter. Walla Walla and the Clackamas Cougars. Keith Neely with the call. Todd Elvig, Josh Elvig alongside, pushing the buttons. Thanks for being with us. 8-point Walla Walla lead. And it's pretty much been theirs from the onset. There's a 10-footer that won't fall, as Mackenzie Reddish from Roselia, the 5'6" sophomore, with a stop pop from 8 and can't get it to fall. And how great is it that head coach Bobby Hazelton can get everybody in, and if you can move on, there's a long 3. It's Casey Mock again. She's dropped 2 of those. She leads all scorers. 20-15 now. And out of bounds back to the Warriors. More games on the way tonight. Lower Columbia will play Everett in the 6 p.m. ball game. The short corner 5-foot jump shot is good. Mackenzie Reddish. And it's a 22-15 score now. After the Lower Columbia Everett contest, we'll have Skagit Valley Grays Harbor at 8 p.m., followed by the nightcap at 10 p.m. Lane versus Columbia Basin. Right hand dribble drive, stop in the lane with a 2-foot jump stop, and the left hand lay-in. Sydney Dalton getting involved. 6:32 to go. Long 3 on the way. Aycock, no. Offensive rebound by Reddish. She's been active since entering the contest. McCowan for 3. She'll skip it off the front iron and out of bounds. It'll go back to the Cougars. Clackamas will get the leather. They've been running uphill pretty much from the onset of this contest. They will now call timeout as Jim Martineau would like to talk things over. We'll take a timeout ourselves. 6:15 into second quarter. Walla Walla out to a 22-17 lead. You're watching the NWAC Women's Basketball Championships on STSPN.
no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a Guard engineer.
Welcome back to Everett Community College in the NWAC Women's Sweet 16. Walla Walla, the Warriors, facing the Clackamas Cougars. And that 22-17 lead. Clackamas trying to stop the bleeding a bit. They've been beneficiaries of a Casey Mock outburst here in the second quarter. She's got 8 points in the quarter. There's a long three by Marshall McBride. And that's the way to knock into a large lead when you put 3 of your 5 field goals in the quarter from long distance. But you got to play defense. 22-20 now turns to 24-20. And you can't leave an open girl. You got to get back on defense, especially from a long three. You would think that everyone would be backpedaling. Keene can't get it to hit. Skidmore with the rebound for Walla Walla. She'll push it up into traffic. Hesitation dribble right to the rack with the left hand. Count it. Jade Skidmore finding the seam on either side of the hoop. And it's 26-20. She is active in traffic. Back to King, top of the key. Now they'll swing it to Mock. Looks in. Gives it up to Knopfzinger. Spinning in is Dalton, almost lost the handle. Knopfzinger now spins it over to Marshall McBride, left-hand side. Loses it between the wickets. 2 on the shot clock, and Jade can't get it to fall. Or, excuse me, Sydney Dalton can't get it to fall. Stop. And a pop, 5 foot, no good. Reddish can't get the jump stop shot to fall. Coming the other way. She plays down low, but you can't leave her open in the arc. Keene can't get it into the basket. Gets her own rebound. It's no good on the putback. And Walla Walla will slow things down with a 6-point lead at the 4:19 mark here of the second quarter. Skidmore asking for help. She'll get it from Reddish. Now we'll get a screen. Skidmore back with it. 7 on the shot clock. 5 now. Stop and a pop. Skidmore becoming active on her offensive side of the court. And this extended man-to-man has left her some daylight. Keene for 3. That draws iron. Barely. And coming the other way, Skidmore loves to push and got in the way. McCowan looked like she was going to try to get underneath. Remembered where she was and clears out and allows Skidmore for 6 points here in the quarter. She's got 12 for the game. 3:28 to play, 10-point Walla Walla lead. Marshall McBride. Marshall, California, 5'7" sophomore. Finally able to dust the rim off. And quick defensive play by Dalton. Almost snuck around Skidmore and stole it away as Reddish will take a seat for the Warriors. 3:12 to play, 30-22. The winner of this one will go on to play Lower Columbia or Everett, who is coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. The loser of those 2 games, well, they're done. This is a one-and-done tournament, single elimination, unlike tournaments of years past, and a pretty shot by McCowan. And the freshman from Touchy, McEwen, at 8 points. She's got 11 now and still on the move. She got a little bit of a rest, and now she'll go up with the right hand, gets her own rebound. No, stolen away there. The fast break is on if Marshall McBride can pick up the basketball. Now a slide pass on the bounce to McCormick. McCormick's first bucket of the afternoon. And it comes at the 2:22 mark of the second quarter. 33-24, back to an 11-point Walla Walla lead. And travel will give the ball back to the Cougars. Dalton checks in for Marshall McBride. Skidmore takes a well-deserved rest for Walla Walla. Courtney Hutchinson from Burley, Idaho, the 5'4" freshman, will take her place. And a spin in traffic by Kammerer. She can't get that to fall. And then Wisely with a backhand flicks the ball off of Warriors to keep possession. Clackamas will inbound. Going the long way to Kammerer. Back it goes. McCormick draws air. And a foul call on the rebound. Walla Walla with the foul. They say Ferenz did the damage. That'll be her second personal foul. Only the fourth team foul. Well, only. It is the fourth team foul. Remember, 5 team fouls. Clackamas will be shooting 2 the rest of the way. Ferenz will take a seat. Get the ball into Mock. Top now to Dalton. Back to Mock. Hesitation. Drew some air on the defender and gets by on the left hand along the baseline and scores. And Casey Mock has come uncorked in the second quarter. 10 points in the quarter, 14 points for the game for the freshman. And Sutherland, Oregon. Markel Green couldn't pull the trigger in time. We'll go back to the Warriors. Corrales checks in, replacing Hancock. And the Warriors will bring it into the front court. McEwen, stop. And a off-balance shot. Looked like she almost was parallel to the ground when she shot the ball. Foot might have slipped just a bit. Into traffic goes Dalton. She is quick, and you give her a lane, she will explode to the rim. She'll shoot free throws. 5th team foul on Walla Walla. Courtney Hutchinson charged with the personal foul. And the shot off the mark by Dalton. ABCC trivia time. Why do some of the region's best athletes choose Everett Community College every year? Well, look around you. Here's the answer. They get to use this gym. It's beautiful, well lit. It's the Walt Price Student Fitness Center. You can register now for spring classes and enjoy this beautiful facility at everettcc.edu. And a timeout on the floor. And we'll take a timeout ourselves. Actually, a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here on STSPN and NWACsports.org. We hope you're having a good time. Just to round out the bracket one more time. Peninsula moving on after they were able to beat Tacoma 69-61 in the tip-off game, the opener. Umpqua in about a 40-point blowout, 84-49 in the 10 a.m. game. They will move on to play Peninsula tomorrow at 2 p.m. Umpqua beating Treasure Valley. Centralia with a 14-point lead vaporized before their eyes. They let the Bulldogs of Bellevue sneak by them 52-48. Bellevue will play Spokane, the winner of the game right before this one. Spokane beating Lynn Benton 70-57. So Tacoma, Treasure Valley, Centralia, and Lynn Benton going home. McEwen keeping on what she's been doing all game long and putting the basket in the bucket. 35-27, Dalton with it. Up top to Mock. Mock will step in. Now the long skip pass goes over to Keene. Keene with the shot, counted. Tabitha Keene drops a 3 and cuts the lead to 5. Off balance a bit, had a defender in her face, and Keene stroked it home. Skidmore. Now to Perales, top of the key. They're trying to find the corner to McEwen. Can't find her there. She quickly was collapsed upon. Now Skidmore rotates in traffic. A push pass into Jensen, and that's swatted clear. It'll be a shot clock violation. And a turnover. Well, no, it won't be. It'll be a half. Let's count that one the end of 2. 35-30 as Chalk Talk right around the corner for both these teams as they head into the locker room. At the halftime mark, Walla Walla enjoying a 5-point lead, have not trailed in the ball game, but Clackamas sticking around. And we'll come back and enjoy some statistics and wrap up the bracket again for you on the men's and women's side, so you get an idea of what's happening here at Everett Community College on the NWAC Basketball Championships. Thanks for watching STSPN.com and NWACsports.org.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What's a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU.
My game's developed 100% since I've been here in the Bay Area. Getting to the NBA is a major accomplishment, but surviving in the NBA is a totally new challenge. The way that I see the game now is all because of the experiences I've had in the last 7 years. It's all been an amazing journey.
LCC has definitely prepared me to transfer to Oregon State because it's helped me with my study skills. I'm a much harder worker than I was in high school.
I had a great support base by the staff, and I've made some great friends that I think I'll carry on with my life.
I've definitely loved my classes. I've learned a lot. It's been a healthy environment.
Don't be afraid to branch out. The people here are awesome. I'm going to be in it for a while, but down the road I'll be finishing up and be ready to join the workforce.
I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was going to do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college, my community.
You're watching STSPN!
Are you interested in learning about a career in criminal justice? Big Bend Community College has 2 degree options. One will prepare you for transfer to a university, and the other will teach you the basic skills many employers are looking for in entry-level applicants. Many graduates have started exciting careers in law enforcement, corrections, and forensics. Students gain experience and networking opportunities through hands-on training with local law enforcement. Local officers, attorneys, and judges visit classes to share expertise, actively recruit, or help with fun campus activities like our mock trial and crash simulation. Students tour local prisons, visit courts and law enforcement agencies to see how criminal justice works in our area. We offer classes in a variety of formats to provide flexibility for our students, and our advisors will help you along the way to meet your specific academic goals. Come see if a career in criminal justice is right for you. Big hopes, big dreams, big successes at Big Bend Community College.
This is my classroom. These are my school supplies. This is my laboratory. These are my assignments. This is my study group. This is my career. Apply and enroll now to the NIC Pharmacy Technology Program. North Idaho College. Start here, go anywhere.
People often ask, what is it you do? I'm an Idaho Army National Guard soldier. But then again, it's not that simple. You see, I'm more than a weekend warrior. It's a continuous effort every day. Yeah, there's extremely long hours, but it's worth it. I love my job. It's like anything else. My profession is whatever I want to make of it. I get to do the incredible things most people dream of. The men and women I serve with are dedicated to being a premier force. It's amazing when you see my entire unit work together. When push comes to shove and we receive that order, we put steel on target. I'm always ready to be called upon to serve our nation. But in the meantime, I train.
Present. Oh.
I serve and protect.
Welcome back to the home of the Trojans there in the center circle, Everett Community College. Everett coming up, the women will play in the game right around the corner after this one. They will face Lower Columbia. Lower Columbia, the top seed out of the West Division. Everett sneaking in the number 4 seed out of the North. That'll be a 6 p.m. tip-off. You can find that game right where you found this one on STSPN.com or NWACsports.org. We're at the half here of the Walla Walla Clackamas ball game. With your score 35-30, Walla Walla with the lead has not surrendered a lead in this ball game. They led by as much as 10 points early in that first quarter, and they've done so with some hot shooting, 48.3% from the field. Not bad. Free throws 4 of 6. And Clackamas finally getting things going. They had the better second quarter, outscoring Walla Walla 23-19, so 4 better in the quarter, yet still trail by 5. 33% from the field, have only made 2 of 4 free throws, those 2 coming from the stripe and the hand of Sydney Dalton, who is 2 for 4 from the stripe today. Let's look down the stat sheet just a bit. Sierra Jo McEwen leading all scorers with 15 points for the Walla Walla Warriors. She's also benefited from long range, hitting 2 threes, and is 3 for 4 from the free throw line. So she can score inside, outside, and from the free throw line. And her stats for the year back that up, averaging 19.8 points per game. That's good for 9th And 81% free throws, also 9th in the NWAC. Jade Skidmore right behind her with 12 points. She had a great eye in finding the seam in the lane, going both left and right there in that second quarter. Scored 6 points in each quarter for a total of 12. Mackenzie Reddish dropped a deuce. She's got 2. Kate Ferenz with a little 5-footer in the lane. She's got 2. Cheyenne James with 2, and Adriana Perales with 2. So after McEwen and Skidmore, everybody contributing here and there, but not a lot of other options other than both the leading scorers, McEwen and Skidmore. On the other side of the ball, Casey Mock really, after 4 points in that first quarter, came uncorked, dropped a pair of threes, hit a couple runners in the lane. She's got 14 points on the game. Behind her, Tabitha Keene hit a 3 from the left-hand corner to get her Cougars teammates into that 5-point deficit that they sit here at the half. She's got 5 points. Sydney Dalton with 4, Brittany McCormick with 2, and Marshall McBride with 5, and that rounds out the scoring. But really, it's the difference is field goals. You've got a lot more attempts for the Warriors. As the ball immediately turned over, and the Cougars squander their first possession of the second half. But Clackamas only able to put up 23 shot attempts to the, let's see here, I guess Walla Walla only 20, so I stand corrected. 3 more shot attempts for Clackamas. They just haven't been as accurate. 48% to 38, 33% from the field. There's the shot, it's blocked. Swatted away by Kammerer, and she'll control, she'll stop and pop from 3. Hits the backboard, then front iron. Long lead pass. Having to wait for it is Jensen. She can't score. Offensive rebound and putback. And Emily Hancock gets things started for the Warriors, 37-30. Sydney Dalton running the point for the Cougars. They'll get into the hands of Marshall McBride. Back to Dalton, looks in, still man-to-man pressure. Both teams playing exclusively man-to-man. That was left short, the mock 3, no good. A 3-on-2, if Skidmore can push and she tries, it goes out of bounds, last touch by the Cougars. No. They say it will go back to Clackamas. And asking for help is the referees. Felicia Wright making the call. And they will give it to Walla Walla. Jacob Petz, Felicia Wright, Pat Zink, your officials today. As Clackamas will take the leather. Much to the dismay of Bobby Hazeltine in her 18th year for Walla Walla. Kind of tilts her head back in disgust on the call. And a foul call on the drive in. Skidmore to the deck. And a foul call. That foul charged against Skidmore. Her first personal foul. It sends Marshall McBride to the line. And she can't connect on the first free throw, has yet to go to the free throw line. The only Cougar to the line so far has been Sydney Dalton. She's been there twice. And the second one is in. So splitting the pair is Marshall McBride. She's got 6 on the afternoon. And here comes McEwen, long pass. And slowing things now is Jade Skidmore. Long 3 on the way, sweet! Kate Ferenz with a stop and pop. She knew she had some daylight, pulled the trigger quickly. She's got 5. 40-31, 9-point lead. It seems to hover between 9 and 6, 5 points here and there. There's a stop and a dandy little shuffle in traffic. Marshall McBride has 3 points in the last 2 trips down the court. She's got 8 now for the game. Beautiful pass to McEwen. It was Jensen that saw her coming around the double screen on that left-hand side, and coming wide open was McEwen on the right-hand block. She puts it good. It is now an 11-point lead for Walla Walla. That one off the mark. Jensen with the rebound. Skidmore will push. 3-on-2. McEwen, short corner. 8-footer, count it. And she is hot, hot, hot. Dalton coming the other way. McEwen just running right up the gut of this man-to-man defense. And right now the Cougars can't buy a basket. Still pushing. Skidmore will go into a double team. Almost loses it. McEwen stops and pops from 12. Count it! Tip your hat to Sierra Joe McEwen out of Toucey, Washington, the freshman. And a timeout on the floor. It's a full one with 6:46 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN.
See, I graduated from high school in 2008, went to UW for a year, came back to Spokane. You know, graduated, wasn't really sure what I was gonna do, so I headed to Spokane Falls. I feel like the energy in Spokane is evolving. Having a good, accessible college right here in town is a really important part of that. So I just started working at Helvetica, which is a local design firm. The Falls definitely prepared me for getting a good job right out of college.
My name is Morgan Lynch. This is my college.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
We've seen the value of high percentage shots here in the third quarter as Walla Walla is able to work into 5, 7, 10-footers and lay-ins to boot. And some great passing. J.C. Jensen with a couple of assists. And of course, the star of the hour is McEwen with 21 points. And the Cougars need to get an answer here, being down by 13. They get the ball to Mock. Looking back door for Keene, nothing there. Backside on the left to Dalton. Draws the double team, partially batted away. Mock will get it back to Dalton with 12 on the shot clock. Dalton gets into the double team, shuffles up a left-hander, and it falls. And that's the answer that Clackamas needs. Not an easy shot by any means, but Dalton able to score and finish, and that's almost as important right now. They get the ball into Ferenz. She looks into the double team, forces one, trying to find the pass to Hancock. Now Dalton has a lead on the fast break and into traffic, bowls over a Warrior, and will head to the free throw line. I believe it was Jensen that picked up the foul and the boo-boo. Now that'll go against Kate Ferenz. That is her third personal foul as Dalton heads to the stripe. And can't get that one to fall. Front iron, then back. Ferenz will take a seat. And now spinning the ball a couple of times and leaving it short on the free throw is Sydney Dalton. She struggled a bit now. 2 for 6 from the free throw line. McEwen coming the other way. She wants the rock. 23 points for the freshman. Feed the beast. Long three, no good by Mock, and saying a Cougar and Keene stepped on the end line. McCormick checks in for Dalton for the Cougars. And now bringing it up Skidmore to McEwen. Back to Skidmore. being guarded by McCormick, man-to-man. Into traffic, Hancock got a good look. The mock was right in her face. Now the pass to McCormick starts the break. Keene, oh rather, that is Kammerer. Now to Keene. Left-hand dribble drive, almost looked like she picked it up. Back to McCormick. She'll shuffle out with 14 on the shot clock. Scoops up a runner on the right-hand side. That's a pretty shot. McCormick has 4 on the night. Skidmore to Hutchinson. Looks in as Johnny into the ball game for the Cougars is guarding man-to-man pressure on the top-hand side. Now McEwen. She asks for help, setting up the play. They go into the left deck to Skidmore. Had a girl cutting in. It was Hutchinson open for a flash underneath. Now they've got 4 on the shot clock. Dribble drive left hand. Now to Hutchinson. She can't get it to fall, and over the top goes Keene. Now I think there was a shot clock violation. We have a media timeout, so we're going to take one ourselves here on NWACsports.org and STSPN. Walla Walla with an 11-point lead over Clackamas. We'll be back in a moment.
There is no obstacle an engineer can't tackle, build around, or blow up. Skilled and versatile, these soldiers pave the way, building fortifications, detecting and destroying mines, or restoring electricity after a natural disaster. Nothing stands in the way of a Guard engineer.
Welcome back to Everett Community College, an 11-point Walla Walla lead over the Clackamas Cougars. I'd like to remind you that PSG Washington is a proud sponsor of this year's tournament. PSG team is a highly skilled employee benefit consultant team that is here to guide you toward making the best decisions for your businesses and employees. Throughout the Northwest, no other firm can match their unparalleled blend of experience and dedication to customer service. PSG Washington. We're not satisfied until you're satisfied. Kammerer now in the corner, long kick out to McCormick. She had a really nice look. And Casey Mock there to clean up and put it in. 48-39, Clackamas needed that one. Try to slow down the offensive output of the Walla Walla Warriors now. And McEwen, who's still in the ball game, back to Skidmore. Flashing in, now we'll reverse pivot. A long kick just inside the arc to Hutchinson. That one no good, rebound Hancock. 28 resets the shot clock. Got plenty of time now with 3:30 to go here in the third quarter. Beautiful pass underneath in traffic. Hancock has 4 points all in the third quarter and has been the beneficiary of some nice passing. It's just so undervalued. And now an offensive foul as Katie Kammerer a little anxious trying to go left. Raises that elbow just enough to draw the personal foul. And Kammerer has three personal fouls. Hutchinson takes a break. As Jensen comes back in from Firth, Idaho, 5'5" sophomore, started the ball game. And we'll come back in and get some more minutes. Here's McEwen. That one, a hesitation on the pump fake. He cannot quite get it to fall in. The double team came. It's not like the Cougars don't know where she's at, but she can put it up. Now the foot race. It's a 80-meter run and up with the right hand. McEwen, 25 points, leads all scorers, 52-39 Walla Walla. 2:22 to go, and a stop and pop from McCormick. Why not? You're gonna back off on a man-to-man. I'm gonna bury one in your face. And Brittany McCormick from Century High School in Hillsboro, Oregon, with a triple. She's got 7. Another one of those bounce passes. That went through 4. How did that find the seam? That went right to Hancock. That's the second time that play has worked for the Warriors. Keene with a carry. So backside screen. And they're so keyed in on where Sierra Joe McEwen is. It leaves Emily Hancock for that roll off the screen. So a pick and roll, she gets open on that right-hand block, and all you got to do is thread the needle. Like, that's easy. Long 3, high arcer, had snow on it by the time it came down on the McEwen miss. She gets her own rebound. Now Skidmore loses the handle, goes off her foot, trying to drive in left side. 54-42, 12-point Warrior lead. We're still in the third quarter. More basketball in the NWAC championships coming up. The game at 6 o'clock. I'll have the pleasure of doing that one. That will be Lower Columbia versus the hometown Everett Trojans. And the runner by Casey Mock is good. She continues to add to her 14-point halftime outburst. She has 18 on the night. And the Walla Walla turnover gets into the hands of Marshall McBride. Homer can't get it to fall, and now a scrum along the baseline will go back to Walla Walla. Just as Clackamas feels like they've got the engine started and they're moving down the tracks, a couple of untimely turnovers, and they give the ball right back to Walla Walla. They're able to get a run together of any kind. This ball game would probably start tilting the other way. They had such a great second quarter, but dug themselves a 16-7 hole. Long kick pass, that is rattles in and out off the mark. Offensive rebound is Jensen. The Walla Walla Warriors active on the offensive glass. Skidmore almost has it knocked away. Back to Green. And now with 27 seconds, 23 seconds, it'll be Skidmore. Green, and a blocking foul top of the key. Walla Walla got off to 18 to 7 at one point if you count the first 2 points in the second quarter. So their longest run was 12-2. Largest lead was at 18-7, 11 points in that first quarter, or the second quarter. Foul will go against Casey Mock. That's her first personal foul. The third team foul on Clackamas. And Green hits the free throw. Keene steps out, replaced by Katie Kammerer. And the free throw falls in. (56-44). This should be the last second shot for Clackamas should they be able to get it in. They finally do to Mock. Mock turns, they'll get it down to Marshall McBride. Spin in and up. It is good. A great play by the playmakers. Casey Mock finding Marshall McBride for the deuce. And we'll end the third quarter. It is a 10-point Walla Walla lead. We'll put the final 10 minutes up. The final stanza in this one right around the corner. You're watching NWAC Women's Championship Basketball on STSBN and NWACsports.org.
I'm Mike Marzetta from Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Robotics is a hands-on STEM education experience. We teach the teachers how to implement the curriculum in the lab, and 90% of it is them building, programming, inventing. We want the kids to come home from school and go, wow, I did the coolest thing today, and they're thinking I'm having too much fun and I can't put this dang project down. When STCU supports learning, they're supporting our future. What is a better place to help the greater good than helping kids? I'm Mike Marzetta, and STCU is here for good.
The first day of school is kind of scary. You don't know your teachers yet or who your friends will be. But school is really important. It's how you learn things and grow.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're gonna do great, Mommy.
For you, for them, Clark College. Get started today at clark.edu.
Welcome back to Everett Community College. Final 10 minutes, the fourth quarter underway now. Walla Walla with Skidmore in control will start things off, and immediately a foul. And I believe that will go against Casey Mock. That'll be her second personal foul, the first team foul here in the quarter. Walla Walla able to enjoy the benefit of a large first quarter, set 16-7, and it really just kept everything right about there the remainder of the ball game. Clackamas has played pretty much even, except for that. You got to know where that girl's at. McEwen puts another three in. That is her third triple of the night, and she is popping off. And gets a rebound to boot, coming the other way. Right hand. Almost loses the handle as Kammerer pokes at it for a moment. And now almost losing it, and finally we tie up. We have a travel. Marshall McBride tried to wrestle it away and rolled over onto her elbows, and it cost her the violation. And the referee giving the explanation to Jim Martineau, who does not like what the po-po has said to him. 9:08 to go here in the contest. The rebound Mock. Here comes Clackamas. The Cougars need a bucket. Marshall McBride, long pass and count it! Brittany McCormick in her second triple of the night. She's got 8 points here in the half, 10 for the game. Skidmore, 12 feet, that's pretty. Knew she was open, got her feet under it, and put up a nice floater. And it's back to a 61-49 lead for Walla Walla. And a foul call. That will probably go against Marshall McBride. I've got her for 2 already. That would be her third. That is her third personal. Second team foul in the quarter for the Cougars. Walla Walla. Walla Walla Washington, backdoor pass, and Ferenz didn't look like she was ready for it. Luckily, Reddish was able to reverse pivot and come back out with the rock. Skidmore, McEwen, and heading the other direction. Did not like the screen put on by Skidmore. Jade Skidmore, a little too authoritative on the foot plant, and it will be an offensive foul going the other way. The second foul, personal foul on Skidmore, only the first for the Warriors here in the fourth quarter of play. Marshall McBride. Johnny, now the long three. McCormick has been successful from there before, and that one not as successful, and it ends up being a foul call on Marshall McBride, and that will be her fourth personal foul on the rebound attempt. So daylight waning now for the Cougars as they have to fight uphill in the final 7:40 and change. Backdoor pass A tie-up will go back to the Cougars. Everett Community College, EVCC trivia time. Why do 19,000 students choose Everett Community College every year? Well, we've got the answer. We've got cutting-edge technology, and we'll teach you how to use it. You can register now for spring classes at everettcc.edu. And another Cougar turnover. The last thing that Jim Martineau wants out of his Cougar crew coming into the crunch time of this ball game is turning the ball over twice in 2 trips. Still moving the ball very well. Stolen by McCormick, coming the other way. She's got a 2-on-3 stop and a pop from 12. Count it! Brittany McCormick with 5 points in the quarter, 10 points in the half, 12 for the game. Reddish, kick out. No, back iron is no good. It'll be Green that comes away with it. Finally, Kammerer is able to wrestle it away. Now Dalton will bring it up left-hand side. She'll attack the rim. Count it! Sydney Dalton. A hesitation dribble and then a power on the left-hand side, up and in. Is fouled, will head to the free throw line. Jensen and Hancock check in for the Warriors. Dalton will head to the free throw line for the 4th time. She has struggled from the stripe, but hits the and one. 3 for 7 now. From the free throw line is the freshman from St. Mary High School in Portland. Hancock. Jensen. Back to Skidmore. Excuse me, that is Ferenz. And now tripping down on her. The dribble drive on the left-hand side. McEwen wanted the foul call. She's grabbing her right elbow, but doesn't look like she's got any wear and tear. Will backpedal into defense at the 6:12 mark. Clackamas, 3 on the way. No. McCormick has the green light. Can't get that to fall. Here's McEwen. Beautiful move. Skidmore with the score. It was McEwen that drew the double team on the right-hand side, and just a flick over her head to Skidmore. One pass up and in. And it is 63-54. Walla Walla running away with this. Three more games yet to play today here on the women's side of the bracket. 6 p.m. game, 8 p.m. game, and 10 p.m. Watch them all on STSPN, and 2 on the game or shot clock, and out of bounds it goes, but Walla Walla will have no time on the shot clock. Asking for the violation is head coach Jim Martineau. He should be awarded. It did not hit iron, and it will indeed go back to the Cougars. Marshall McBride checking in. Lower Columbia and Everett up next. I have the privilege of being alongside with the call for that one. Keith Neely, thanks for being with us here at Everett Community College. Tom Lafferty back to do the Skagit Valley Grays Harbor game at 8 p.m. and he'll also take on Lane and Columbia Basin. So 3 more will go the distance. And the Elvigs doing all the button pushing next to us. Josh at the helm giving his pappy a break. A lot of time in the gym. And we've got a foul call and a media timeout. We'll take one ourselves. Walla Walla with the 19-point lead. Excuse me, the 9-point lead. Do some mathematica here and get this right. 9-point Walla Walla lead with 4:44 to play. We'll take a break. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover.
Yes, yes.
Welcome to Basketball City, USA.
I use my brain, open lanes to the top of the game. I use my hand on any man that will try to contain me. Use my feet and compete like I need to the death. I use my heart and it'll beat till I breathe my last breath. Hoop Fest 2017. Don't miss your shot.
Walla Walla trying to hang on. The final 4:44 here to advance into the round of 8, the Elite 8, with games being played tomorrow. The 6 p.m. game will take on the winner of this contest and the winner of the game directly following this one, Lower Columbia or Everett. Walla Walla with the rock will spin the ball around after a missed shot and right out in front of the score table. They will get it back with 27 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time and an early possession. Skidmore to McEwen, steps in with that right, now a pivot with a kick for Renz. 3, count it, down it goes. Kate Ferenz has 2 threes in the half and 8 points on the game. And the lead expands to 12, 66-54. Clackamas needs a bucket here to stay close. Drop step, Marshall McBride has the long kick to Kammerer, can't get it to fall. Well, Kammerer does get it to fall. 66-57, it went so smooth through the net, it almost looked like all we had was air. That was a direct hit. And that's the bucket that the Cougars need. Slowing things down. 6 on the shot clock. And now a long shot, no good. Put back and count it. JC Jensen turns right around and makes something terrible into 2 points for herself. That's her first points of the afternoon. 68-57. You hear the announcer counting down the shot clock, or you might hear them there in the background. The reason is we have a faulty shot clock on the north end of the gym. So in order for the teams to know what's happening, the stadium announcer here in front of us is counting down anything under 10. And of course, you see it there on the upper left-hand side of your screen. You see the 30 seconds on going this direction. So Clackamas able to get the benefit of seeing what the shot clock is showing. Foul against McEwen. That was her first personal foul as McBride back in. Olympic College is a great place to hit the field and the books. You can earn your associate's degree and transfer to a university or slide into home and earn your bachelor's degree without leaving Kitsap County. You can learn more at olympicccollege.info/athletics. Marshall McBride with the free throw. 12 points for Tierney. No good. Back iron. Kammerer with the rebound. Now McCormick. Wraps it around her back. Back to Marshall McBride. Long, lean athlete. Here's Mock. She'll take a right hand. 3 on the way. Marshall McBride, no good. And Walla Walla able to stifle another drive, and that should be it for Marshall McBride. Now we've got a timeout on the floor, rather. It looked like Marshall McBride went right through Sierra Joe McEwen, but a very timely timeout. It's a 30. We'll stay right here on STS STSPN.com and NWACsports.org. The NWAC Championships underway today. The girls' side starts today. Of course, the men have been well underway. They started on Thursday, played on Friday, so they have their round of 8 already in the books. But the women starting this morning at 8 a.m., and this gym is very occupied because they will not get done probably close to midnight tonight before they can get everybody out of the gymnasium. A 10 p.m. game, the Lane Columbia Basin contest. Already punching tickets to the Elite Eight: Peninsula, Umpqua, Bellevue, and Spokane. So we're halfway through the women's round of 16. Looking toward tomorrow's Elite Eight. That one's stolen away. McCormick will bring it up into traffic. And now it's Marshall McBride. The long shot on the way, a 3, no good by Mock, and out of bounds goes back to Walla Walla. At the 2-minute warning, Walla Walla with the lead. 9 points, that's right where it was at the end of the third quarter. And all they have to do now is maintain the rest of the way, shoot some free throws most likely, and walk into tomorrow's ball game at 6 p.m. where they'll face the winner of either Lower Columbia or Everett. McEwen out to Jensen. Jensen top to Skidmore. 3 on the shot clock. Now we see the shot clock working on that side of the gym. And a turnover. And the Walla Walla crowd not happy one bit. The faithful showing their displeasure. With a minute 21 to go. Brittany McCormick not showing like she's in any hurry right now. Mock back to McCormick, rattles it around, no good, and over the top. And the foul, Casey Mock will pick up foul number 3. Well, I have that wrong. That foul goes against Emily Hancock. That's her first personal foul, so we'll take it away from Mock. 68-61, a 7-point lead with 1 minute to play. We're under the 1 minute mark. And now just playing monkey in the middle. McEwen brings it back around her wickets down to Skidmore. Skidmore down in the corner to Ferenz. 3, no. Right there for the offensive rebound and pickup. And the putback, Hancock with the deuce. That is a huge offensive rebound. A giant play for the sophomore from Highland and Pocatello. We'll take a timeout. We've got a break, 38.8 seconds on the clock. It is a 9-point Walla Walla Warrior lead over Clackamas. You're watching NWAC basketball on STSPN and NWACsports.org. Back to Everett Community College. Clackamas needs a bucket. There's the 3. That would have helped a ton. Off the mark. No good by Kammerer. And now the fouling begins. And we're at 26.7 seconds to go. And possessions coming at a premium. Clackamas will pick up the foul. 32 will go against Casey Mock, her 3rd. And will be in bonus for both teams the rest of the way. Stepping to the free throw line. is Jade Skidmore. She hits the first of 2. And the second one also up and in. It's an 11-point Walla Walla lead. Driving in is Dalton. She'll score. Maybe too little too late. And there's the foul. That will go against Marshall McBride, and likely that will end her season and career with the Clackamas Cougars. An outstanding job for the sophomore. Finishes the game, let's see, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12 points on the night for Tierney Marshall McBride, who fouls out of the ball game. Free throws. Ferenz hits the first. Teresa Aycock from DeSales, the 5'5" freshman, comes in to play some defense at the end of the ball game, and that shot also good for Ferenz, and the lead back to 11. Stolen away. Camera just raised her hands, incredulous. Cannot find out why that was not a call, and everyone just jogs back. This should do it. The final will be marked down 74-63. As Walla Walla Warriors move into the Elite 8. The 6 p.m. game tomorrow afternoon. And they will play the winner of either Lower Columbia or Everett, as both teams are making their congratulations. Stick around, we've got more NWAC women's basketball in the championship. The Sweet 16 trundles on. Lower Columbia and Everett up next at 6 p.m. You can continue watching that on stspn.com or nwacsports.org. We hope you'll join us. For the Elvigs, I'm Keith Neely. Again, the final Walla Walla, 74-63. Go to Clackamas. The Warriors moving on in the NWAC championship. Stick around, we'll have more NWAC basketball right around the corner. Thanks for being with us.